Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. While we here in the West are concerned about and dealing with diversity, inclusion and equity, other countries are moving forward and they create connections, they become friends, they promote scientific innovations, inventions, cooperation and so on. We are busy here destroying certain kind of societal norms and turning upside down science and making the make-believe more important than the reality, making an alternate reality. The problem is this will have a negative effect on us eventually, because we can't say that our strength is diversity, but we do. And we know how stupid that is. And I'm not going to go into this. It's very easy. Just go and use, for instance, in building a house, let's say 10 people who speak diverse languages, how well they will cooperate in building the house. That's an example. But anyway, I understand that it's diversity of certain kind, not of diversity of thought. In the meantime, while we are busy with this stupidity, the Chinese and the Russians are making statements that their alliance and friendship and love affair is stronger than ever. Well, we are told that those are the forces of evil, and we are also told that we assigned ourselves the term of perfect, ideal, good people, free people, and they are the bad people. Okay, well, if they are the enemies, shouldn't we be concerned with a little alliance occurring over there? No, we're going to be concerned with systemic this and systemic that and diverse this and equitable this, and let's find who's the victim of something that occurred to some other people some other time, and who's the perpetrator, and let's make it equitable. Take from him, give it to him, or whatever they identify as. So let's move to this article here, coming from obviously the bad people from Sputnik, right? So here we have this article from today, the 21st of February 2023. Wang Yi touts rock-solid ties with Russia as Moscow lauds, and I'm quoting, more just order two nations are building. So these guys, our enemies, we're told, they're building an alternate world view, an alternate world organization. They will divide it in two. It's not they, because I think they are doing this as a reaction to our great foreign policies of dictating everybody how to live and how to do things. And that occurred, if you remember very well, in the past 30 years, after the fall of the adversary, which is the Soviet Union, we remained the sole masters of the world. And that little expression, give someone power and you will find out who that person really is. Well, United States had for the past 30 years power, sole power. How did it use it? Cleaning up the world of bad dudes? No. Promoting certain interests. First, 1999, if you want me to start with that, and if you don't want me, I will start nevertheless. Attacked Yugoslavia, bombarded. Did Yugoslavia attack United States or NATO? No, doesn't matter. Now, how would you consider that? That was illegal under the international law that these guys are promoting. So, Then you have what? You have Iraq. Invaded Iraq for what reasons? Bring democracy and freedom? Punish the September 11 perpetrators? Were they? Prevent them from continuing to have their weapons of mass destruction that they didn't have? Okay, they attacked that one with power. Again, as a coalition. And then because courage is always in group, When you were jumped by 5 people, it's because they're courageous, So then what's next? Afghanistan. And then what? Libya. These countries are what? Libya, 4 million people, Iraq, 20 million people, rusty equipment and all that. Syria. So this is, and again, Serbia or Yugoslavia, it was Montenegro and Yugoslavia in 1999. How many, what was the population? 10 million maybe? I don't even know, something like that, if 10 million. So then what? Then what? This is how this entity used power to do what? Punish the bad dudes? So now the alternative is up. They are still fighting the bad dudes on the territory of the nation of Ukraine. And those guys are creating an alternative to these guys' worldview. And they are what? Just go at work and see what kind of policies they push. Look at the TV, watch TV and see what these guys are telling you. Only systemic this, victim that, perpetrator that, equity this and equity that. This reminds me of, and I heartily recommend it, the movie Idiocracy. If you didn't watch it, and I will keep saying that because that's a it's a ridiculous parody of what we're becoming. We are on the way there. And over there we have someone gets frozen, by a military experiment. Something happens, and the guy, comes back to life after about 100 and some years. And he's surprised to see how idiot the society became. How, the diversity, inclusion, and equity kind of thing. And he gets out, and then they say over there in the movie that now the scientists were, instead of being preoccupied with finding the cure for cancer or extending the life expectancy and so on, they were interested in the erection. That was the erection, how long it stays on. So that, the level. So while we are busy with the erection, studying the erection and all that, those guys are doing something that will gonna bite us in the ass. So let's see what else this article has to say. So let's see our enemies, right? Russia and China have ramped up bilateral economic, trade and diplomatic cooperation over the past year amid the expansion of the Ukraine crisis into a full-on proxy conflict between Moscow and the West. Well, everybody's okay with that, it seems like. At the same time, Russia has reiterated that the Taiwan issue is China's internal matter and called on the US and its allies to butt out. No, what do you want? What does that tell you? There's going to be a world war? If nobody would pull their horses back, definitely. Russia and China seeks to create a new, more just, quote-unquote, world order, one which challenges the unipolar hegemony of the collective West. Russian Security Council Secretary Nikolai Patrushev has announced, and I'm quoting, "Our countries are in favor of building a more just world order and welcome the rise of the number of states which choose the path of free, sovereign development based on their identity and traditions," end quote, Patrushev said, speaking at a meeting with director of the Office of the Central Foreign Affairs Commission, of the Chinese Communist Party, Wang Yi, in Moscow on Tuesday. The Russian official expressed concern that attempts to build a new multipolar order have been met with hostility from the US and its allies. They don't like diversity over there, it seems like, who have taken various measures to destabilize the world. So they like diversity here for certain kind of reasons, but outside, no, they like only one, dictatorship. All right, specifically, I'm quoting, Western powers have unilaterally scrapped a number of major international treaties, including the field of arms control projects, which are, okay, I'm not going to read this because I'm not certain which is which here, because the Americans say no, it was you, the Russians say no, it was you. Amid growing pressure on both countries by the West, expanded Russian-Chinese coordination and cooperation is more important today than ever, Patrushev said. Well, I'm quoting Patrushev, the bloody events unleashed by the West in Ukraine are just one example. All of this is being done against Russia and China and to the detriment of developing nations in general. So yeah, they are pushed together, and Patrushev stressed Russia's continued support for China's position on Taiwan. What does that tell you? You scratch my back, I scratch yours. And I'm quoting, "I want to reaffirm our unwavering support for Beijing on the issues of Taiwan, Xinjiang, Tibet, and Hong Kong, which are used by the West to try to discredit China," end quote, the official said. Interesting, isn't it? They just jumped all the way. So Wang echoed Patrushev on the need to expand cooperation and told his Russian counterpart that as members of the Security Council, Russia and China carry a special responsibility for preserving peace in the world. And I'm quoting, "In conditions of changing international situation, it's very important and timely to synchronize watches on the bilateral agenda and issues of the international and regional dimension," end quote, Wang said, noting that the two countries need to take, and I'm quoting, "new steps in strategic cooperation in accordance with the changing situation," end quote. "I believe that today we have very good opportunities to continue our close strategic interaction and contacts in defense of our common strategic interest." So, Sino-Russian relations, I'm quoting, "are mature and solid as a rock and will withstand the test of the changing international situation," China's top diplomat said. And I'm quoting again, "We are ready, together with Russian side, in accordance with top-level agreements, to resolutely defend national interests and dignity and promote mutually beneficial cooperation in all areas." So, I don't know what else this guy need to say. That we have sex or something? What else is closer between this? And we are bothered with Biden, a semi-conscious guy, going to Poland and landing in Kiev after letting the evil Putin know that he's going to land there. Trusting Putin, "I'm going to go to Kiev, don't shoot down." "Okay, don't worry, we will not." "Hey, everybody, stand down." I mean, if Putin is considered to be this criminal and this irrational guy, why would you inform these guys of going over there? I wouldn't have gone in Poland either. If I would have not even in Poland, I wouldn't have gone. I'm too close for a missile coming from, how is that called? A MiG-31 with a Kinzhal missile, hypersonic missile launched by those guys. Blow everything up over there. But hey, it seems like that's surely it's much more than they let us know. These guys cooperate and they talk and what we see is just a little bit of crumbs that we are allowed just to, oh, they're fighting. Oh, let's go and consume. Let's go and get toilet paper. Anyway, so these guys are declaring that they are an alliance opposing the other side. What are these guys going to do? Blinken threatened, told Wang Yi that, hey, you should be careful, don't provide Russia with little aid. And what did China say? You don't lecture us, you don't tell us what to do. Go take care of your little equity and diversity and inclusion bullshit. That means go and leave us alone. So what now? They got a tiger by the, and they can't let go. Not by the tail, but something else. And they can't let go. What's going to happen? Who's going to be hurt? Us and our children and our generations, because these guys want to really have a continuous war, like George Orwell's dystopian novel, 1984. Continuous war. And there will be a few branches in the economy that will make a big profit out of this. We already know them. There's three of them. Banking, energy, military. And the rest of us, we're going to do work for them. We're going to have less and be happy, right? Like, what's his name? That weasel. Own nothing and be happy. Correct? Correct. Klaus Schwab. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.